Hey there, Leanne's back with you to say that this is the final episode of the Golf at Night. Today, we are going to chat with our golf scholars, and they're going to talk a little bit about what they learned and overall why this was such a great experience for them. We had a lot of unique experiences, like kayaking Homosassa, visiting the Moat Marine Lab, meeting Stuart, who dresses up as a certain pirate from the Caribbean. What was your guys' favorite part?
I would say for me, the kayaking, I really liked it. It was actually my first time kayaking, and I was actually kind of scared falling in the water. But I really enjoyed the experience because we learned a lot about the environment while also being in the environment and seeing like the different type of animals. Like I was not expecting to see a manatee or a dolphin. So I thought that was very unique, and how even though those two are, well, mostly dolphin or mostly in the ocean, we actually saw one in the river. And then my favorite part was actually the sunset until it was nighttime. So I would say kayaking because it shows the different communities that is impacted by the river that's close to the Gulf Coast, both humans and also animals as well.
It was really fun learning from the locals about their environment.
Yeah, and also we saw a lot of animals there, which was surprising. I didn't expect to see like we saw a dolphin, we saw a manatee, a gator, what else we saw? The otter, that one bird that was swimming in the water too.
Lots of birds.
I have a love-hate relationship with that kayak experience because I have megalophobia, if you don't know what that is. It's the fear of being in open bodies of water. So I low-key was freaking out inside the entire trip. I did enjoy the sunset. I did not expect to see such a beautiful sky. It was pink and blue. It looked like cotton candy, and it was just gorgeous. I've never seen something like that before in my entire life. In my 22 years of life, that's something you cannot see from the porch of your home. That's not something you can just go out on your lawn, lay down, and look up in the sky and see. So that sunset, it's something worth protecting, which is why we need to do better for our planet.
So my favorite part was going to see Dr. Chris and his lab with the, what's it called, triple quadruple mass spectrometer. I thought it was very interesting to see that and see how they handle samples and everything. I also really liked when we went to, it was Dr. Toyota and her human bronchial cells that she was studying. I thought it was really interesting, seeing how we actually got to see the cells under a microscope.
It was
pretty
freaky.
It was kind of freaky, but it was sick. It was sick, yeah. So that was one of my favorite parts of the experience.
I think one of my favorite parts was kind of just exploring along the Gulf. I remember when we were in a restaurant that's been there for over 70 years, that Burger Shack on
The
Skinny's Burger, yeah.
The lore, the skinny,
Skinny lore. I overheard one of the workers talking to a patron about losing his college dorm or his apartment last year in the hurricane. And you kind of just see the effects that all these locals are facing, and you see them working in such a beautiful environment, and you kind of just really want to help to protect that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think, I don't remember which beach it was. Do you remember that one beach where we went out to the water? Like we had like 15 minutes to go in the water.
Oh my gosh.
Anna Marie.
Yeah.
Anna Marie, yeah.
Yeah, the water was so nice. You just looked down and it was so blue, so clear.
It was so warm. I want to go back.
Yeah, like it was like if you go to that beach, you're like, I want to make sure that beach stays forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so many businesses thrive off those beaches. There's so many tourism and so many locals setting up businesses, like the people who were renting horses on the seashore and people renting chairs on the seashore and bars and restaurants on the seashore. So it really is important that those beaches stay occupied.
I love seeing the horses in the water.
I did not know horses could swim. I know that's like that was so wacky to see, like horses swimming in the ocean. That's freaky.
Yeah.
What do you guys hope that these listeners have taken away from everything they've heard today?
We get one planet, so let's not mess it up.
Yeah, no, the main thing is always going to be that unless people take it seriously, and unless enough people are aware of it and willing to act, not much is going to change. We are hurting our planet, and our planet is going to get worse to live in because of our actions. And it's important that everyone, right? It's not like you have to do something, or right, like one person is going to make a huge difference. But if every single person makes an effort, right, like just an effort, it's going to help.
Going back to that community effort.
Yeah. And one thing I think we've lost sight of, do you remember when you were a kid and you heard the phrase reuse, reduce, recycle? Have you ever noticed that we only really recycle? We don't reduce, we don't reuse, right? I feel like we need to go back to that idea of if everyone contributes, everyone reduces their amount of plastic use, tries to reuse what they can, of course, recycle. It's going to make a small difference, but combine that with actually petitioning the government to try to take more active role in preventing and regulating the environment and trying to stop, let's say businesses from dropping chemicals in the environment and stuff like that. Because the EPA, right? There's been the whole talk about how they've been losing, how there's a lot of things they don't regulate anymore, right? It's important to try to at least pressure, at least put, make people aware that we need to protect the environment now more than ever.
I do agree with you. Just like going back what Miguel said, I want people to take away from this podcast is you can also do your part in helping the environment, even if it's just a little project like going to the beach and doing a beach cleanup or just recycling at your own house or apartment. I feel like people should take away that you can do your part of helping out the environment as well.
I think even by listening to this podcast and trying to educate yourself is a great start.
Yeah. We went to the Gulf Scholars conference. And over there, we saw what the impact of a very small group of individuals can do. There were some research projects in there that were really kind of mind-blowing, what they were doing to try to help the environment. Right? It's stuff that you haven't even heard of, it's a couple of plant species. What was another cool project they had there?
I love the one where it was just so simple as setting up a station for plastic toys on the beach.
Yeah.
That's it. And to reduce those microplastics that can get into our water by setting up that station. It's just something small and something so easy, but it can make such a big change.
Please tell our listeners, especially because many of them are undergraduate students here at UCF, why should they join the Gulf Scholars Program?
I think going back to how everyone can make a difference, I feel like even no matter what your background is, right? A lot of us have different backgrounds that don't relate to science. Although it does help if you are a science-related background, but as long as you want to make a difference, right? Anyone can make a difference. Anyone can help. As long as you have the interest and you want to help and you want to become part of this program, apply and become a part of the program, right? Anyone can join, anyone can do their part, and you're going to learn a lot and you're going to see a lot.
So, science is so interesting because it takes so many different studies and kind of has them all work together to make that ecosystem or to come up with that conclusion. So using us as an example, we're all coming from different studies and backgrounds, but we were able to communicate and find different topics that we found interesting. And then just like how the people at Moat work together, they all worked together differently and brought us something different to the table to find a solution. And I think you can do that in this program. It's a great leeway to work with other like-minded people towards a common goal.
I do agree with both Maggie and Miguel. I feel like people should join this program because, like I said before, no matter what opportunity is out there, go after it. When I first joined this program, I really didn't know what to expect coming from a communication background. But I do feel like no matter what program you're in, you have to give in what you can take out of it. Joining this program has helped me learn how to work with teams, so mostly like a team working skill, and also kind of relate back to my major being a communication major. I learned how to do a podcast. This was something like I wanted to do for a very long time. So doing that has helped me work on my podcast skills and other skills as well. when you join different programs, no matter what it is, you can learn skills that can help you in the future when it comes to jobs. And I realize I am very deep about environment as well.
Like I said before, I got megalophobia. I don't like the ocean. I don't like the beach. And the main reason I didn't like the beach was because it's dirty. But then I realized it's dirty because no one's doing anything about it. And I can be part of the problem or I can be part of the solution. So I decided to join the Gulf Scholars because I wanted to be the solution or be a part of the solution. And like I said, I don't know a lick about science, but what I lack, these three have picked up for me. And I'm very grateful that I was able to work with Maggie, Tanisha, and Miguel on this podcast.
Oh, me too.
Same.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the second season of the UCF Gulf Scholars Program podcast, The Gulf at Night. We want to give a big shout out to the National Academies of Engineering, Sciences, and Medicine, as that's where our funding comes from, and we wouldn't be able to do this without them. We also want to give a shout out to our wonderful leadership team, including people like Dr. Chris Emmerich, Dr. Jennifer Sandoval, Dr. Erica Kite, Dr. Michelle Taub, Andrea Berry, and our founding member, Christy Lewis. Without their guidance, this podcast and this program would not be the success that it is. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to share this with your friends and family. You can listen to it on Spotify, you can watch it on YouTube, and we can live in your hearts forever. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day.
Bye.